Hi guys, happy weigh-in Thursday. I'm coming to you from the floor in my closet. That was my dog. This is the best place for me to film this video right this moment of the day. Everybody's home in my house, got a house full. So, yeah, I'm here. I'm here to give you my weigh-in results. It was a hard week. I had a gain of 3.4 pounds. What? I know. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated with myself because everything that I said I was going to do, I didn't do. I didn't do the honest tracking. And that was one of the biggest things that I was really going to be focusing on, was being honest and track everything. And you would think the most accessible time to be tracking my food, for some reason, is the hardest time for me to track my food. Is it because the kitchen is so close that I don't have to walk all the way to the cafeteria and really plan things out? Is it because I didn't pre-plan or pre-track like some people do? I don't know. A lot of food got away from me this week. And in my head, I usually am really good at about a running total as to how many calories I can consume throughout the day or throughout the snack time. And in months past, or weigh-ins past, or weeks past, I've had no problem with staying true to that, or staying within a pretty structured snack schedule. I don't know how to explain it, but in my head, mentally, without tracking my food previously in other weeks, I've still come out with a loss, because I kind of generally know about how many calories are with each snack that I'm putting in my mouth. But for some reason this past week, and it's not just this past week, it was the week before too, I just thought I was keeping track mentally of all of the food that I was eating, and I wasn't. And it's not like tracking, honestly, is going to be the miracle that works for a person or for me. But for me, it does work because I'm conscious, I'm mindful of what I'm eating and what I'm putting in my mouth. So I'm going to say that that is one of the biggest problems that I am having lately, is just honest tracking. So it was so sweet because I get down on myself hardcore. And my husband just kind of was like listening to me, and I told him, I said, I know tomorrow, this was yesterday evening, I know tomorrow I'm going to have a gain. And this was even after I didn't choose to eat the meal I made for the family last night, because I wanted to not eat all the salt and sodium that was going to be with that meal. So that would have been my case anytime before a weigh-in, but it's just unfortunate because either way, I was going to have a gain. Maybe I should have ate the meal. I don't know. What I wanted to talk to you about was, I said this on my Insta stories a couple days ago, and I was having a difficult time because I feel like I'm being tested lately. My patience. I feel like for every 1 or 2 steps forward, I'm getting pushed back a lot further than that. And if I get talking too much on this topic, I could start crying, because this isn't just about weight. It's not just about struggles that you have in your day to day. It's also about being a human being and being having personal issues that also get in the way. I'm having the dickens of a time with my mother. Mother's Day is right around the corner, and I don't have a relationship with my mom right now. We're not on speaking terms. Some people would say it's petty and childish and that we should just move past it. But for me, there's been hurt feelings that go so deep that it's, not that it's unforgivable, but we're close to that level. And she has no desire to make amends with me. And I, at this point, don't have any desire to make amends with her. So I'm struggling with that because I hit like a lot of personal barriers this week regarding that. But again, this isn't a video about excuses, because it's not about excuses. It's just that life gets in the way. And if it was just all about my weight this week and tracking and eating the right foods and doing as much exercise as I can possibly stand, then I'd probably be successful. But that's not what life was about this week. There was just so much more. So that being said, again, I was also tested, and this is what I shared on Insta Stories, was something so stupid, but just such a monumental moment for me for the week, was that I was cleaning up my laundry room. I was emptying the big garbage can because I didn't put a plastic bag in there to begin with. People were just throwing trash in there, including soil that is used for planting and Triscuits that are just full of crumbs, and the lint trap stuff and all that, all just junk in that bag or in that garbage can. So I was taking that garbage can, stupid me, thought I could fit everything in that garbage can into a Walmart sack, and the whole Walmart sack, it just fell all down onto the floor, onto clean clothes, into the sink that is in between the washer and dryer. I was so mad. And I was using a lot of profanity, things that I don't on a regular basis just use. And just feeling really kind of defeated. And then I went to clean that up. I swept, and I got the vacuum out for all the fine particles of the soil. And I was getting ready to mop, but I saw that I had a big bunch of dirt and soil that landed in the sink. So I went to do the reverse bag trick, where I was scooping it up with my hand, and I was going to pull the bag off, and then all the crumbs and dirt would be in that bag, and I could put the bag in the trash can. And then the bag I chose had big rips in it. Like, come on, Walmart, can't we get some stronger sacks? But so then that bag broke open, landed in the sink, landed on the floor. And I did move the clothes, so that's good. But basically everything that I had just swept and vacuumed up got dirty again. And so had to sweep and vacuum, and then I mopped. And then once I put everything back away and I turned over my shoulder to look at all the work that I had just spent cleaning this laundry room, to me, it looked just the same as though I had just started. Like, oh man, this laundry room really needs to be clean. So it was all for nothing to me. But really, it tested my patience. And yes, I was cussing, and yes, I was mad, but I didn't give up. Point of the story, I didn't quit. I wasn't just going to give up and have this dirt all over the place, all over the floor, and not continue cleaning. So I have to extend that same grace and that same mercy to myself and say, you know what, Rachel? You got a lot of obstacles this week. You got a lot of things that have gotten in your way. If I keep talking about it all, it just gets to me because, you know that frustrated feeling that you get, like with that example I just gave, about how frustrated you get about the fact that no matter how hard you try, you feel like you just keep getting knocked down. And, so this week it has been, it's been a really trying week for me. I feel like I've been knocked down a lot, and it's not just about the food. It's not just about choosing bad choices or being so caught up with other things in life that I didn't track my food. I know exactly what the problem is how much food goes in versus how much calories you burn, and I get it. I was off. My ratios were all off this week. But I didn't give up. I didn't give in. I could have just said F it and just left all that dirt and soil and Triscuit crumbs on the floor in my laundry room and just walked away and put my hands in the air and say, forget it, I'm done. And ask my husband to clean it up. I didn't, because I wanted to get to the finish line. I wanted to finish the job. I knew how to do it in here. I knew how to do it in here, and I just had to go and do it. So when you feel like the only option is to quit or give up, don't. Just keep going. Like, just do it. In our head, we make it out to be like such hard work and so difficult to overcome. And really, it's just one stinking foot in front of another until the job is done. So it can be done. We have to just keep going. We can't just give up. And they say, how do you eat an elephant? Big, huge elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. It's just an analogy. That was one of the sayings that got me through nursing school, was one bite at a time. It was one of the biggest obstacles I've ever had to go through in my entire life and learn to be a nurse. And I got through it. I came out on the other side and I'm a nurse. So grateful for it. So in the end, I will get back on track. I will get back to honest tracking. I think maybe I will choose to designate this next week to honest tracking and to tune some of my personal problems with other people out, and not give the people who are hurting me or the people who are doing me wrong in life, not give them so much attention. They don't deserve it, and I don't have time for it. So I'm just picking and choosing where I spend my time and where I put my priorities, because I have to look out for me. And in the end, it's all about me. I have to make sure that I'm taken care of, because nobody's just stopping to look at me and say, can I take care of you? So that being said, it was so sweet. Did I get to the point where I was telling my husband last night about today, about how I was going to gain weight, and I didn't know what I was going to do about it, and I just felt so bad about myself and everything that was happening. And he just looks at me and he says, me too. And I was like, thank you. Thank you for saying that. Because he could have said a million other things, either trying to make me feel better or try to scold me, like the things that I want to hear when I'm not being good. But instead, he just came and met me where I was at and admitted honestly that he has trouble too. So that was exactly what I needed to hear last night. And if you're out there and you're struggling, just know that I'm there with you. Me too. I'm dealing with it with you too. You're not alone. We can lean on each other, because together, a team, it doesn't make it so hard when you have someone there by your side. We can be a teammate together, and we can do this. And we don't have to quit. We don't have to give up. We just say this was an obstacle. We're getting over that little molehill and moving on. Or that big, huge mountain. And now we're on the downswing. And we're going to move on. And we didn't quit. We didn't give up. We're hitting reset. And we're just moving forward. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a successful rest of your week. I hope and I wish all of you mothers out there a happy Mother's Day. And take care of yourself. Honest tracking, that's what I'm working on this week. Yes, my goal was 10,000 steps a day, but then I conquered that and I hit that hardcore, and I was able to reach over 13,000 steps every single day this week. I'm happy. Find something that makes you happy and ring that bell loud and clear so everybody else knows what made you happy and what you did to succeed this week. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Take care, everyone.